Hey y'all, welcome back to Timmy Talks. I heard a noise. That's why my eyes was like that before I whispered. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, March 19th. I hope y'all had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. Like I told y'all I was gonna be celebrating my 5-year wedding anniversary. Well, I celebrated it previously, but it was just this weekend, the 16th. Let me reframe my words. Use my words clearly. So I already celebrated. The extra day was this weekend. Y'all doing all right? It's Tuesday, and like I told y'all last Thursday, we're in the middle of March. March is over with. Like it was just January. It just blows my mind the way time flies. But that's it. You got to live graciously, faithfully. Like you, because it's moving. So oh, how y'all doing? I said that already, huh? I had a good day today. I did I got some work, a lot of housework done today. Don't judge me. Judge your mama. I folded up a lot of clothes that I had on my sofa downstairs. hmm They were not, them kind of clothes, but I had some clothes I didn't fold yesterday, which was Monday. Yeah, I left. So I folded some clothes, folded a bunch of towels, and I'm tired. um, and I cooked. I cooked today. What did I cook? I cooked something for my husband. I'm glad you asked. I know y'all probably an expert. No, you probably don't care, but I'm gonna tell you anyway because Timmy do cook. Timmy can cook. It's just not one of my favorite things to do. Um, I did red beans, um, with rice, and what I put in my beans. Tell you a fun story. So when I was a little girl, um, so my mother's mother, when she cooked red beans, we always had meat, meaning on the side, like chicken or pork chops or some type of meat to go with the beans and rice. Cornbread, right? But my father's mother, when she would always cook beans, and I would be, I never forget one day I said, Mimi, where is the meat? She said the meat in the beans. And I was like, I don't eat like that. Oh, I'm so tickled. I was like, she said the meat in the beans. Because to some people, beans is a meat. That's just a funny story I have. Every time I'm cooking beans, I think about my grandmother's, you know, and that's just my take on it. They one cooked it on the side and had it for you. If you wanted meat with Mimi cooked beans, you had to go get you some meat. She cooked big meat and beans, rice, beans and rice, and cornbread was a meal, which is a meal, but I need meat on the side. But anyway, so today I cooked and the weirdest thing is that I would eat her beans, but I wouldn't eat the meat in the beans. Isn't that weird? Because I didn't grow up, or well, my grandmother, my mother's mother, she did not put that in her beans. She just cooked good beans, red beans, and inside beans, white beans. I love white beans, red beans. I don't eat now that I'm an adult. I don't eat what beans is they eat for every year. Uh, Black eyed peas, beans. I ate enough of that as a child. And so she didn't put like the meats, the sausage, whatever they put in meat back then. They wouldn't put in all this funny stuff they put in meat. Beans, not my grandmother didn't put that in her meat. My dad's mother, she only put sausage in her meat. That was her meat, the sausage. So I can remember a few times I ate out of it, but I didn't eat that because I wasn't, you know. Uh, so Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I am tired. But so when I first got married, when I got married, but when I cooked beans the first time, um, I didn't put anything in them. I just cooked beans. I can remember I was living on my my Mimi. She taught me how to cook a pot of beans over the phone. I didn't know how to cook no food. I know do no beans. And I will say to this day, I think that may have been the best pot of white beans I have ever cooked, and that may have been over 15 years ago. It's been a very long time. Um, and I don't know if I ever be able to make them like that ever again, because it was it was some of that wisdom and that love coming through the telephone. Because she wasn't there with me, she just told me everything to do, and I did it. And I tried to do it every time I cook now. Remember what she said to put it in, and I get it right sometimes. Sometimes I don't, but for the majority part of it, I get it right. But I'm just saying, I don't know. They just tasted different. They taste good. But anyway, about my beans. So I can remember my husband actually said, "You don't got no meat in your beans." I said, "I don't eat that," and I don't. Now, people put it in. It's all about the seasoning for the beans. That's what the meat is for, to season the beans. So to let the flavor go through the beans. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm telling you what I know, what I cook. Now, if you don't think that's good fat, what I'm telling you is how when I cook beans. So um so today I went to the store and I got a piece of smoked turkey. Now it's already seasoned, it's already cooked, so the flavor is already in the meat. But I do extra, I season my beans too. And I, soaked them, did all that. So anyway, what I'm saying is that my husband asked me before, he was like, you don't put me in. He eat pig tails. I do not eat that. You call me what you want, you can say what you want, you can say, oh, that's so good. I don't eat pig tail. I didn't grow up eating that. And I think it just has a lot to do with what we're not going to do. Is how we grow up, how we were raised. And I just didn't grow up eating pig tails. I've eaten a lot of things from a pig, but not the tail of the pig. No, I'm good. Mm-mm. I don't eat chitterlings or chitlins, whatever y'all call them. I don't eat that. Never did. Now my mother has told me, we was talking about it here recently, maybe some months ago or so, that my grandmother used to cook them. She don't eat them either, but I think she used to cook them or had a supper or something. Something we was talking about, but I don't eat that. I don't even like the way it look. I don't like the way it smell. I don't eat that. I just don't. I've never even tried it, and I'm not probably not gonna ever. Now I know my dad eats them, but it's a thing about who cook them and you know, so whatever that's about. But I know my dad eats them. So um, so when I make beans now, you know, I still eat the beans, but what I put in it, now the turkey, I'm probably not going to eat that anyway for other reasons, but what I put in there now, I put in there to season to add a little more flavor to the beans, and I do sometimes put some of it on my plate when I fix my food. Other time, my husband eat all the meat out the pot. I don't because I rather the bean and the juice and the cornbread is so good. It's delicious. But anyway, but that's what I did today. I did cook, but enough about what I did today. How y'all doing? I asked y'all how y'all was doing. Again, I want to tell y'all if it's something you want to talk about, you can always email me at timmytalks24 at gmail and we can talk about it. Yeah. Uh, so what I want to talk to y'all about today is I had told my twin my twin was here this weekend, and we was leaving to go somewhere, and I said, "Girl, you just made me." She didn't even know what she said, and I know she's gonna watch this because she loves me so much. But when I say what it was about, she's gonna remember that I told her you just gave me what I'm gonna talk about next week, you know, because she said something and then it said on her, and I was like, "Oh." It's like, oh God, I'm gonna talk about that. So what it was it was storming here over the weekend, raining. So Sunday morning, we got up. It was Sunday. I'm talking about it was, but it was Sunday morning. We I heard the rain, and you know, I came in and I asked her, I say, "You going to church this morning?" And she was just like, "Yeah." I was like, oh, "Okay, I'm just asking because it's raining." And the funny thing is that she knew that I was going to go. Well, I knew I was going. She knew I was going. Because I tell people all the time, they say, "You going out there and all that rain?" I'm not walking. What's going on? I'm not walking. Yeah, I act like I'm about to go literally walk in the rain. No, yeah, I'm going. Whatever it is that I need to go, if it's raining, I'm going to go. If it's a necessary place, you know what I mean. I'm not going to play in the rain. Just go be driving and going nowhere. I'm making unnecessary, doing nothing unnecessary. But rather, if I have to go to work, and it's raining, yes, I'm going to work. Church, yes, I'm going to church. If I had somewhere to go, nah, just like I say, nothing leisure. No, I'm not gonna be able to go. But I mean, if it's something that's required of me, yes, I'm going. So I said, well, I was just asking because it's raining, and she was just like, "What that mean?" I was like, "See, that's why we Twinkies." Like that same thing I said, you know. So um, that's one thing don't let if it's raining in your life, no matter if rain can be different things. If you're going through a bad time in your life, whatever it is, if it's something that you need to be doing, you need to do it what regardless of whatever is going on in your life, regardless of whatever is you feel like it's hindering you, just keep pushing forward. Just keep pushing forward. You'll get there. So and the other thing, so when we got downstairs, she was like, "You got an umbrella?" I was like, "Yes, in the car." No, she grabbed her keys. I was like, "What you gonna drive? You want me to drive?" She said, "I drive." "You got an umbrella?" And I was just like, "In a car, like a good place to be. It's raining outside." Anyway, so she was just like, "Oh, I want my hair to get wet." She said. I said, "Okay, I got something you can put over your head." So I give her something to put over her head. But I told her, I said, you know, my car is under uh, covered parking, under my car thing, port thing. So where she parks is not covered. So I was just like, we can just go in my car. I'll drive because my car is covered. Ooh, thank you, God. But anyway, so, but to get out of where I live to get to my car, you got to get a little wet. So I I gave her something to put over her head, and I just walked to the car because I got you probably couldn't even see the drops on my dress from the rain falling because it's just like a quick little walk right to the. So anyway, so when we got in a car, um, we went on to church and went on. So all while I was at church, that's all I kept on thinking about, and I was just like, isn't it amazing how you know we stress about so many things, big things or small things, and forget that we cover. Mm-hmm. Yep, you're covered. You are covered. Mm-hmm. I know I am. I don't know about y'all, but I know that I am. So my thing was, it just blessed me so good. It just made me feel so good. It's just like, you know, while we worried about, oh yes, it's raining outside. It was storming. It was coming down pretty hard. She like you got an umbrella, and I'm like, it's in a car, but I'm undercover parking. So whatever it is, like, but to get to the umbrella, I had to go and walk in a little rain. So whatever it is, because it's 2024, y'all. I'm just being honest, and I'm not trying to, be the bearer of bad news. But whatever it is that you're not doing, if you just out here just existing, you need to get that together. Like it's so much more to life than doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know how I could just wake up in the morning and don't know what I'm finna do. I I get so like it doesn't make no sense. But anyway, so that's the thing, whatever it is in life, if you're struggling with something or you struggling with trying to get over something or get to something, just know that you're covered. Just know that sometimes you might have to go through a little trial, a little something to get to where you want to be. Even though I had to get a little wet to get to my car, I still got to my car. And then my umbrella was in my car. So once I got to church, if I needed the umbrella, which I did, and I left it at church, I'm coming to get my umbrella Wednesday. I hope nobody take my umbrella out the back of the church. But anyway, so my thing is that you may have to go through something and go through a little trial, but don't lose focus on what you're going to get. Like go ahead on and get it. I ain't going out there. I'm gonna get wet. What you mean? You're gonna be all right. You're not gonna melt. My grandma used to say, sugar don't melt or sugar gonna melt or if I get wet, I'm gonna melt. No, you're not. I ain't melted yet. And I know I'm sweet. But anyway, seriously. Like, go get it a little wet. Some of y'all might need a bath anyway. Yep, I said it. Cause some of y'all do be funky. I ain't gonna even sit up on here and lie like God of the truth like that. Thank you. I was looking at something earlier in there's these challenges I guess going around saying posting, I think I got cold. Hopefully I don't hear my heater. But post a picture in of this, or post a picture doing of that, post something red or something like that. He was saying some trend. And he was just like, post a picture of you at the dentist. I was like, yikes. They be real mess on the people internet. But yeah. So he was like, post a picture going to a job, working a job. I was like, ooh, he is messy. But he is so right. And like what he was saying was everybody always want to follow a trend. You want to do what everybody else doing. Do are you doing something productive? Post that. Child. Y'all, I don't know. But yes, that little thing that happened with me, that little, it just made me think, we all going through something. Every last one of us. Some of us, it may be more strenuous than the other, but we all go through some. We are not as human beings. And then I cannot stand to hear the old cliche about people that are saved and people that are not saved. I don't mind saying Christian because that's something that they say, you know, oh, you're a Christian. I'd be like, oh, yeah, I think so. How you know you're a Christian? And you go to looking like, what? Well, because I am. you know. So I always equate to I know that I'm saved. So whether you saved or unsaved, you you have to know that because let me back up. What I was trying to say is that most people that are saved or Christians always think or assume because they're saved or they're Christian that they won't have to get a little wet. And that's just not the case. That's not the we're not exempt. Saved people, Christian people, unsaved, unholy, whatever, however you want to identify. No, if you're a human being living down here in this world on this earth, you're gonna experience some type of struggle, trial, or whatever in your life at some point. Not always, but at some point. But we shouldn't be thinking that because we're this that we're not gonna have that. That's not no. Mm-mm. Absolute opposite. And what I have learned to as I get older, what I have learned to see and what I have been, understanding about it is that yours might not be mine's, but we all have something. Makes sense. So just to be ignorant and think that, every day gonna be, this and that. No, it's not. I don't care who you are. You know, There was an old cliche, going on years ago. I can remember when what's her name, the actress, she was like the most beautiful woman in the world, was cheated on or beaten. Now it's coming out that she was beaten. That's why she can't hear out one of her ears. That nobody's exempt. Nobody. Because you can't control other human beings. You can only control yourself. So you can't say how another person will treat you. You can always hope and pray and wish and dream that they do what's absolutely right by you, but that's not the case. You're living down here with people that are not perfect, people flawed like me. So they're gonna do something, we're human. We're not robots. Robots and maybe only heaters is perfect because this is getting warm for me. That's the only thing. And Jesus himself, that's it. Everybody else is suspect. And I don't know what's going on, y'all. Hold up. There we go. Y'all can see me? Pull up just a little bit. I don't feel so far away. But anyway, so yeah, nobody should think that you're exempt because you're a pastor or you're a pastor wife or you're a pastor child. Sometimes, attacks and trials be on them heavier because they carry so much, because, you know, they're attacked so much because of what's in them. You know what I mean? But nobody's exempt. And um, I was looking at another story where it was saying that Christians or saved people are the how did they word it? Like they go through the most. And I'm just gonna have to disagree with that statement. Because just like I said, nobody is exempt. So with that being said, I don't think that they go through the most, but what I do think, because of the majority of the world believes in Jesus or a higher power or saved or whatever you want to call it, whatever Christians, whether you're Baptist, Kojic, non-denominational, Catholic, Pentecost, it's so many out there. Whether you are, it it's the mass majority of the world. So for the statement that was made to say that they go through the worst or the most, that's majority of the world. So I'm not going to say that they have it the hardest. I am going to say that they're just not exempt. That's all. And you shouldn't be like have your eyes on nobody else's paper, like thinking that they got so much more better. They doing so much more better. Lord, my English teacher would kill me. Or doing so much better than you are, and then than them because it don't look like they struggling. Them be the main ones. The main ones. So don't get caught up in what you see. I think I done told y'all that before too, but that really just, made me, realize that, that that's the truth. We cannot be conformed to think that we won't get wet sometimes or that we won't, go through anything. But just always remember that you're covered. You're covered by something bigger than you, something higher than you, something more powerful than yourself. And to me, I'm going to speak just for me and say how I am covered. I'm not pawning this off on nobody, but I'm just saying, like, I know that I am covered. So I know where I go, he go. So with that, that just made me it just made me want, because sometimes, and I'm not perfect either. I'm human down here just with y'all too. Just like I say, how y'all, some of y'all need to take a bath. Sometimes I be want to say some other stuff. But that's a clean version. But what I'm saying is that, I know who my Redeemer is. And I leave it at that. It's coming up to Easter, like y'all call it, but I call it Resurrection Sunday. And that is one of this is actually gonna be this is Palm Sunday. And it's one of the times of the year that really puts me in the mood of my grandmother. Makes me reflect on from when I was a child, things that, the traditions and the things that we would do. So I know they're probably gonna have my poems at church. I have two on my table now, because for some reason when I used to go there, they weren't always giving them out. But the last, well, no, I think one of them I ended up throwing away, or he threw away or something. But I only have two. Um, because, well, I think what I did the last time, when I get the other one from the following year, I take that one out. But for some reason this year, I still have two in my down on my table, my palm. And my grandmother used to keep hers. I want to say she kept it in her car. I can remember it being in her car. I can't really remember if my memory serves me wrong, or if somebody remember one of my siblings, if she brought it in the house. I bring mine in the house, where I, pray, with it, and, you know, when the resurrection Sunday comes, I pray again. But yeah, so that's one of some of the traditions that she used to do. And unfortunately, this year, Good Friday, I do have to work. I'm not off, and I'm sadly saddened because I should have taken off. Because I think I had to do that at another job, like, because I don't work on the day. That's a holiday. But I have to work this Good Friday. And I can remember as a little girl going, hear the seven words. And if you're familiar with what that is, But yeah, just little things like that. I always get, kind of thinking about her a lot around this season, especially when after Mardi Gras, because she was not Catholic, but she always practiced their faith with the Lent in the Lent season. She didn't go and get ashes or anything, but she used that time to fast. As if myself, I do the same thing. Like right now, I'm fasting, but anyway, and that was just something that she did, and I get that from her. And I could just remember I was just telling the lady the other day that she would always give up the same, almost every year, almost the same thing. She, no matter what, she gave up sweets, no matter what, but she would always give up something along with it. And I would always buy her. She liked Heavenly Hash, and I would always get them, around Easter time. And I paid some in Walmart. Was I in Walmart or High Neighbor this morning? I think I was in Walmart, and I passed some, and I just felt this. I just looked at them, and I just felt this, like a breeze just walked past my face, and I was like, "Girl, I know you over there looking at them Heavenly Hash." But anyway, yeah, I just knew that she was there with me because I think about, I carry her in my spirit. I think about her so much. But anyway, yeah. So if you are struggling out there thinking that you won't have to get wet, just to get where you need to go, just remember that you're covered. That's all I really had for you today, Fit. I did have a quote, and it said that wait, yeah, it says a good compromise is one where everybody makes a contribution. Angela Merkel, and it's Women's Month again. So that's from one of our beautiful, important, strong women, and smart, of course. But I like that because you know how you always say you ain't compromising nothing. You're not compromising. Or you got to compromise. You got to compromise. What do you contribute to the compromise? You compromising something? Compromise can't be one sided. I can't be the only one compromising if you're not willing to compromise with me. So if everybody, like it says, like if we all make good contributions, it'll be good. So everybody have to compromise. So I did have another one from last week. I said I was gonna save for today, but I think I wanted to use that one. The one that I had for this week, I think it said, because I started. No, I didn't. But I'll think of it for Thursday. Of course, some of you do may know, I have a big birthday coming up in July. I'm very excited. Um, been doing some stuff for that. But not we. See, I fixed it for you. Me and my Twinkie. And I'm just so grateful. I'm excited. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm just overjoyed. Um, yeah, because every day on this side, I was telling somebody say, we always got all the signs, and I was like, I think I said it's good to see you, and it was like it's good to be seen. I was like, yeah, it's better to be looked at than to be looked over. Oh, she looked so good. Mm-hmm. That's why I thank you guys. I know I'm a clown. But I hope y'all have a good rest of the week. I actually do have to go down here and finish tending to my beans. But other than that, just remember to know that you're covered. And if you that person out there that's struggling again to get yourself together, pray. Not only that, do something. Everything ain't gonna be given to you. You're gonna have to do something for it. Not nothing like crazy, but y'all know what I mean. Wrong thing. I'm going tired. And it's not that it's the wrong thing. It's just I ain't want that. Because I don't want y'all to think it was nothing else. Not today. But I hope y'all have a good rest of the week. And just remember that you're covered. It's a song that I used to listen to when I lived in Dallas. I used to listen, well, I still do listen to a lot of YouTube, but it's a You Covered Me song. And the words are, uh, how's it go? You, in the midst of it all, uh, what's the other word? You kept me, and he says on there, I just come to say thank you. I gotta go find it because I drew a clean blankety blank. His name is Timothy Reddick. That's his name. And this ain't my song. I don't own rights to this song. But if you want to go listen to it, you can go listen to it. It's called You Cover Me by Timothy Reddick. And it's a song that I think I may have been listening to for over 10 years, I'm sure. And if I'm praying, I always sing it to my, it always drops to my, because, you know, where would we be? And in this song, he said he just wants to make him proud, make him smile. He don't care who thinks he's right or wrong, but just know that you're covered. I look up that song if y'all want to see it. Yeah, this is my favorite part. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It said, You covered me. In the midst of it all, that's what it was. You kept me. And you love me. Yeah, that was say. I'm sleepy. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Y'all take care. I will see y'all on Thursday. Um, I to my people that are on here, I did go on Facebook. So I'm just kind of still praying if I'm going how I'm going to really do it to try to get my sister, cousin, friends to come over here. But in the meantime, get your sister, friends, and cousin to come over here, and then we can, dialogue like I want to dialogue, like really, really, really. But that's it. Y'all have a good night. Have a good week, and I will see y'all on Thursday. And don't forget, when you tell them to come, tell them it's free. You don't even have to pay. I don't take no collections. Do none of that. You know how they say, oh, they always asking for money. Oh, they got that. That's not what this is. Peace out. Have a good night.